I've spoken of 1,000 points of light, of all the community organizations that are spread like stars throughout the nation doing good.
You know, all the rhetoric you see here, the 1,000 points of light. What the hell was that, by the way? 1,000 points of light. What did that mean? 1,000 points of light. I never quite got that one.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
The ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers. And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has in those chips.
Pyramids. At the peak of the pyramid, you've got a tiny, tiny few people who know everything there is to know about that organization. They know its real agenda, its real motivation, where it's really seeking to go.
To perform effectively as a new world order, you have to have a commonality of countries. You can't have the separation of countries, the distinct separation that we have now. I think that the way that they will do this is they will slowly, and very slowly, but very precisely, enact little pieces of legislation. But I think you'll see these little tags that are put on legislation will affect us for the rest of our lives.
Anyway, this is the wish list in documents for Agenda 21. An end to national sovereignty, state planning and management of all land resources, ecosystems, deserts, forests, mountains, oceans and fresh water, agriculture, rural development, biotechnology, and ensuring equity equals slavery.
Well, instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything.
The further you come down from that pyramid peak in any organization, you're meeting more and more and more people who know less and less and less about what that organization's agenda really is. They only know their part in it. They call it compartmentalization.
Let's go back to 1776, May the 1st. Adam Weishaupt was commissioned by the Rothschild family to set up the goals to control and take over the world with a one world government.
You want to trace back all the wars and bloodshed and all the corruption going on around the world? You want to go back to the people who are really doing this stuff all around the world to us? The Vatican. You can bet on it. That's why Hollywood is making movies like Angels and Demons and Da Vinci Code, and they're talking about the Vatican and all the occult stuff. Let me tell you something.
They want a one world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips, and they control people, and you become a slave, you become a serf to these people. That's their goal, that's their intention.
The banking system is a pyramid. So is the media, so is the secret society network of the world, so is the multinational corporation network. And at the peak of their pyramids, they fuse into one global pyramid peak.
The state is to define the role of business and financial resources. Abolition of private property is not sustainable, they say. Here we go again. How many times has this come up? Restructuring the family unit. Children to be raised by the state. People told, this is what Aldous Huxley said in Brave New World, people told what their job will be.
If you look at the pyramid, where is the power in the pyramid? We've been conned and conditioned and programmed to believe that it's up there. It is not. That's up there because the rest of the pyramid, us, are holding it up there, and that's the only reason it exists.
And Rome has been ruling Europe for almost 2,300 years. The Vatican has been ruling Europe for at least 1,600 years. All of the royalty and celebrities, they rule by divine right, right? Well, where do you get the divine right from? You get it from the Holy Father. God didn't give you any divine right. Nobody's talked to God lately. You don't need to talk to God. The Vatican will decide if you are one of their boys. And if you're one of their boys, the Pope will then, bless you with like they did Michael Corleone and the Godfather 3 and with the sword and all that kind of thing. And now you are divinely appointed. By who? By the Pope.
Major restrictions on movement, creation of human settlement zones, I'll get to them in a minute, mass resettlement as people are forced to vacate land where they live for reasons I'm coming to, dumbing down education, achieved a long time ago, mass global depopulation in pursuit of all of the above.
And Weissoff came up with 25 goals. Among these goals were control the press, corrupt the youth through sex and drugs, elect our own people meaning the Illuminati.
Weather modification programs, experimental ones done by private companies, done by the United States government, done by states across the United States. These programs impact agriculture, and there are programs around the world. International corporations are modifying our weather all the time, and they're modifying it in ways that cover thousands and thousands of square miles. Most of it is chemically altered.
And what they're doing to hide it is they're setting Agenda 21 organizations up in all local communities, all over the world, America, Britain, all over the place, and they're giving the impression that each of these is basically an independent local community initiative, when it's all being orchestrated through this organization, through the United Nations, called Local Governments for Sustainability.
The people at the Vatican, and the Vatican represents a very powerful secret society that's been in operation in the Roman Empire long before the Vatican ever existed. It's referred to as a sun order. Sun was always represented as an eagle. The eagle always represented the sun. Now eagles only have two wings, left wing and right wing. So that's why you always have a division between the left wing and right wing in politics and religion, because you need 2 feet. You need to walk through this world on 2 feet.
In another of his prophetic books, because he knows what's coming, called America's Role in the Technotronic Era, 1970, the Technotronic era involves the gradual appearance of a more controlled society. Such a society would be dominated by an elite unrestrained by traditional values. Soon it will be possible to assert almost continuous surveillance over every citizen and maintain up-to-date, complete files containing even the most personal information about the citizen. These files will be subject to instantaneous retrieval by the authorities.
That the American government has created weather tampering techniques so that the New World Order will be able to starve millions of Americans and control